Alright, with the love that I got on the last video on my flat spots on the island, I thought, hey, why not do it on Ragnarok? For whenever y'all do switch over to Ragnarok, which is an amazing map with several flat spots that you can make a base with amazing resources around it. So, I'm going to be showing y'all those spots in today's video. Of course, before we do get into the video, I'm going to have to do a friendly little plug telling you to subscribe to my channel and liking the video. But anyways, let's get to flat spot number 1. Real quick, this is flat spot number 1, and I just want to say that it is in no particular order. It's just the order that I filmed it in. So the first spot is my main base. Right here you can see what I built, so you can get a little idea of what you can do. It's right next to the green obelisk and right next to a mountain and the snow, so you can go get snow tames and all that. Also, there is several beaver spawns down by the pond. Not that river, that's just a water source, so that does benefit you. But right there you can see that green beacon. It's right in front of it. It has several beaver spawns, and it's just a pretty amazing spot. I'll pop the coordinates right here so you can go check it out if you want. Though I do suggest not to go for it right away because there will be T-Rexes around, and you're gonna need to build up a couple dinos so you can fight them before you do claim this spot as your base. Alright, so straight to the next spot, you can see there's a cool little entrance. The two little mountains that are almost full on a bridge, but they don't. This spot has ruins, as well as many flat spots going down like several levels, so you can have very versatile bases with a waterfall that overlooks the sandy area. There's amazing resources, and it's right next to a redwoods biome, so that's really good. I built a base here. I'm going to show it right here so you can get a little feel of what I did. Of course, I never finished it because it was just a second little outpost. But it's really cool. Here are the coordinates so you can go check it out. It's relatively close to the green obelisk. And it's just a really amazing spot with good views. So you should go check it out and build a nice little base. Alright, so starting on the next spot is an overlook of the canyons. Right outside of it, you can see there's a nice little pond for all your irrigation needs, and you can even build a bridge across the waterfall. Also, there is an amazing forest and several rocks that you can use for building materials, and an infinite supply of baryonyx and spinos in the canyons. Of course, the canyons have several little flat spots, as you can see, so you can make little outposts on each spot. But I just don't want to mention them all because then it'll be too long, and it's really just one big spot. You can go explore for yourself. It is close to the green obelisk. It's quite a little bit of a trip, but also it is really close to the snow biome for all your snow tames. So you will have amazing tames in this area, and it's just a really good spot. You can see there's more flat spots all around, so go explore for yourself. I'll pop the coordinates right here so you can go check it out and build your base here if this is what you decide. Alright, so straight to the next spot. It's a little cove / cave thing with a nice little waterfall and a really good water source. Also, it's really close to the blue obelisk and a spawn, so you can come straight here. Of course, there is an amazing forest with several trees and rocks to get all of your building materials, and it's just an amazing spot to set up base. Of course, I will provide you with the coordinates right here as they pop up on your screen, so you can go check out this spot if you want to build a base here. Now let's get straight to the next spot. Alright, so this next spot is similar to the canyons, except, you know, it doesn't have all the water, but there is several spots you can set up bases and have little outposts along the area. It's really high up. It's close to the castle, so you can go get your swamp tames as well as close to the snowy area, so you have snow tames as well. And there is a big lake close to it with a lot of beaver spawns, so you'll be good on that. The resources, though, I wouldn't say they're amazing. They're kind of far, I would say, but they're not a crazy trip that you'd have to take. Alright, so I'm going to show off a little bit more of the land features here. This is higher up than where I was showing you, where there was that Rex. You can see Bronto's right here, and the castle is right here. I'm going to show you all the swampy area where you could build a base here, but it'll be a little bit more dangerous, I would say. But as long as you have the defenses, you won't really have to worry about it. There's good rocks and trees around here to set up your base, and I think it's just really a good spot to set up a big like village per se, but it's really good. I'll pop the coordinates up right here so you can go check it out for yourself. This mountain right over here is where most of the resources are. You could see it. It's kind of like a little gap in between them, but that's where you find most of the materials over here. It's not that far if you fly, but it's kind of a trip on a land dino, but it's a really good spot to get your metal and obsidian and all that. But I'm gonna get on right to the next spot. The next spot is in the sandy area next to an amazing bay where you can have all your water tames and an amazing irrigation system for farming and all that. There's a waterfall right next to it for amazing scenery, and you can implement it into your build. But this is what I built right here. It's nothing big, but around this area there is amazing materials, a lot of crystal, obsidian, metal, and it's really good because there's also the red crate drops. So that's really good. I'll pop up the coordinates right here so you can go check it out. I am going to show you the spot where I get all the materials, all my crystals, salt, obsidian, and metal at this location. So I'm going to go ahead and show you right now. This is the entrance to the area with all the nice resources. You can take the route that I took, but you can go in any direction. You'll find good metal and crystal and obsidian. And actually, I don't think there's obsidian, but it is also super close from this area. So I forgot to mention that the area around this base setup is pretty peaceful. There's just saber tooths and I think thorny dragons, but it's pretty peaceful for the most part. It's away from the rock golems and Uranus and carnivores. Not carnivores, carnotauruses. So it's really good. I'm going to show you this little crystal cave area, and then I'm going to get on to the next spot. This next spot is right outside of the volcano area. It's relatively flat, though it might get a bit rough the further you go out. And it's super good. You can see quetzals flying over you several times, so that's really good if you're into quetzals. That mountain right there that I just showed has a lot of the materials that you're going to be going for, as well as it's super close to asteroid spawns. So not super close, of course. If you get too close, it won't spawn, but here are the coordinates right here. I'll also put them up right here so you can go check them out, and it's a really good spot. I would definitely consider building here, but it can get a bit scary at times. There are more intermediate dinos that will be attacking you, but as long as you have defenses, you'll be fine. There's also this super dope waterfall that you have a nice view to, as well as this area is in between the red obelisk and blue obelisk, so you can go either way. But I'm going to go ahead and get to the next spot. This next spot is in the Redwoods biome and is super close to the red obelisk. It's a little bit of a trip, but it's super close. And it's really flat and extends for a while. I would say it's probably the second biggest one that I showed, but the resources around here I wouldn't say are the best. So if you're going for amazing metal, crystal, obby, this is not the spot. But it's the redwood, so it has good tames, but also can be a bit tricky if you just start and you decide to set up a base here. You can see the red obelisk right over there. It is kind of close, but a little bit of a trip, and it's right outside of the murder snow, so you will be getting snow tames as well, and it's close to the sandy area, so you'll be able to go there. I will pop up the coordinates right here to check it out if you want to, though it will be a bit chilly because you're outside of the murder snow, but it's a really good spot in general for building. It's super wide, big trees for all your materials that you will need. It's also relatively close to the grasslands for all your gigas and wyverns, etc. So it's a really good spot, just not for resources, but it's amazing setup for all your tames. Sadly, this is going to be the end of the video. Hold on, wait. Hopefully you found a spot to go set up your base. But I just want to say thank you for the 1,000 people who watched my last video. Here it is. It got 1,000 views, and that's just amazing, with over 2,000 watch time. So I just want to say thank you. Of course, I strongly recommend you subscribe to this channel. I will be putting out more content more fluently because the feedback I got on the last video was amazing, and I want to put out more videos like that. I'm already working on some ARC videos. I just have to edit them and they will be ready to be put out. So subscribe and I will catch y'all later.